Alright, YouTube, it is the Batner, and I am here now with another ranking video. This time it is a ranking on all the Spider-Man movies, so not just the MCU, but the Sony movies, and I'm even gonna include Venom in this one, as I feel that this is gonna come out. We're gonna get some Spider-Man in that Marvel Sony universe, so it's all my personal opinion. Excuse me, so none of you have to agree with it. I gotta tone my voice down because I'm gonna give myself a sore throat here. So, there are 11 in this list, so let us go. And at number 11, it is The Amazing Spider-Man 2 from 2014. Yeah, this just, I feel, focused a lot more on Electro, and yeah, it was just a bit of a disappointment, if I'm being honest. I mean, Andrew Garfield was okay as Batman. Jamie Foxx was alright as Electro, but I feel it was focused a lot on him, and they were so reliant on the CG. And Rhino, what the hell is going on with Rhino? He doesn't even look like Rhino. He looks like a big robot guy. I wasn't impressed by his look in this. But, yeah, gotta start somewhere, and let's just get the bad movies out of the way. And at number 10, it is Spider-Man 3 from 2007. Yes, we all know this isn't the best one in Raimi's trilogy. I mean, the cringe and the cheese with Parker's dark side. I mean, Sandman was great in this, but I feel that in the finale they crammed too much in, and I feel that, Topher Grace as Venom wasn't in it long enough, and I thought his performance as well was just so unlikable when he became Venom. He became such a dick. Yeah, that's not everyone's favorite one, we know. So at number 9, it is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Yes, I know, quite low on this list, but I gotta say, Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy and Carnage was brilliant. Tom Hardy and as Venom, Eddie Brock was great. But I feel that this just didn't have the vibe I got from the first movie. I just really thought this was a little bit of a letdown. I've watched it twice already, and I gotta say, not too overly impressed. I mean, it was predictable, and we kind of knew what was gonna happen. But I did love that one mid-credit scene in there where we finally see Venom go into the MCU, but then his time is cut short when he goes back in the mid-credit scene of No Way Home. So yeah, I put that one there. At number 8, it is The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, this one I thought was good. I mean, I like Rhys Ifans as the Lizard and Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but I feel they wasted a good chunk of the movie on a backstory we're already familiar with. I mean, it was a very slow start, and he did not become Spider-Man till an hour into the movie. And yeah, I mean, I liked it when I first saw it, but over years as I've rewatched, it's just not been as enjoyable. Plus, a lot of other movies have topped it since then. At number 7, it is Venom. Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, Venom. Fun movie. I really enjoyed it, and I love the action and the dark tone and the humor in this, and the violence as well. And yeah, we got a whole different Venom. The character of Venom redeemed by Tom Hardy. Then, at number 6, it is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love this movie. It was animated and it was a surprise, and we got variant alterations of Spider-Man, and this is even getting a sequel, I believe, in 2022, the first of a two-part story into Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. But yeah, like I say, good animation, good alternate versions of Spider-Man, and I like the character of Miles Morales. This was like his time to shine. At number 5, it is Spider-Man Homecoming, the first solo movie in the MCU with Tom Holland, and it was enjoyable. They skipped the backstory of which we already know, and they got straight to it. I thought Michael Keaton was great as the Vulture, and he's even returning in Morbius in 2022, so that's something to look forward to. And, yeah, great soundtrack, great score. It was just a great, reboot of Spider-Man that we didn't ask for, but we got anyway, and we loved. At number 4, it is Spider-Man Far From Home, where we get to see Mysterio and Spider-Man. This was a slightly more improved movie, and I gotta say, I really loved the CGI. I really loved Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, and great way to conclude Phase 3. We got Nick Fury in this, or so we thought, was the Skrull. But yeah, it was a great one. The last MCU movie in a while, and in a pre-COVID world. At number 3, it is Spider-Man, the original movie from 2002. I remember watching this as a kid, and I begged my parents if they would get me a Spider-Man costume. I loved the hell out of this movie, and I watched it religiously. And yeah, I truly loved this movie as a kid, and I still think it holds up today. Then at number 2, it is Spider-Man 2. Great second installment. One of those sequels that are better than the original, I think. And Doc Ock, Alfred Molina was so great in this. And yeah, I just love this movie, and I watched it a lot more than the first movie. Then at number 1, isn't he saying? It is Spider-Man No Way Home. Best MCU movie. Well, no, not the best MCU movie. Definitely the best Spider-Man movie. Because it had a collaboration between both the previous franchises. And I loved it. All the people from the original trilogy and the Amazing Spider-Man movies acted like they popped off set for 2 seconds, and they were a lot more improved and a lot more developed. I really loved how they gave them all the upgrade and the return of some old faces, because it's still new. I don't want to give too much away, but it is great. So there you go. There's my ranking of all the Spider-Man movies, so including Venom. So let me know down in the comments below. What did you think? Do you agree with this list? If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. And yeah, all my social media links are down below in the description, so be sure to check all that out. I have been the Bat Nerd, and until next time, Bat Nerd out.